On behalf of the University of Louisiana and the Ragin Cajun Athletic Department, it's my honor and privilege to welcome everyone here today, both for the start of a new era in Ragin Cajun Softball and to welcome back home one of Acadiana's favorite daughters. Isn't this a great day? The energy in this room, you could feel it coming in. It's just palpable. And that energy just transfers around to all of us. And I personally, I'm so happy to be here today. It's unbelievable. But we do have some business to take care of, so let's get with it. With all the changes that collegiate athletics is undergoing right now, the role of the UL Foundation and the Ragin Cajun Athletic Foundation is more important than ever. And at this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Brian Hanks, the UL Foundation Board of Trustees Chairman and past Chairman of the RCAF. Brian?
Thank you, Dan. Hello, everyone. What a wonderful day. Incredible. So, Alyson, I started my day off. I went to Crowley. And so on the table back over here, I went to Rudolph's Bakery. And so there's some treats back over there, and I've got a box just for you, too. You're welcome. So I grew up in Lafayette, but my dad's from Crowley. So every Sunday, he had 7 sisters and a brother, 53 first cousins. So we would go to Rudolph's, and I was in charge of going and getting the bread. So it brought back some good memories. We're good. So we are happy to have you here, and that's part of the theme of bringing people home. And that's where we're here. And I see a lot of great, loyal people to this university, to athletics, everybody with a common goal of moving forward. And that's what we're here about. The foundation, RCAF, that's been our focus, and with even more impetus. Part of the success you see going up in steel beams across the way here. So we have to continue to build. Part of my purpose this morning is to emphasize the changing landscape of college athletics. I'll be the first one to tell you, NIL deal, I have fought tooth and nail in my mind, but it's just reality. So I'm here to tell you, I'm converting. I'll be giving some money. Anybody in here want to give money? Look. We'll have drinks later, and then you can work me. But I know our biggest challenge here is to get over our tradition and the way we grew up and accepting the ways of society now and of college athletics. And the reality is, if we want to remain at the level we aspire to be, we need to participate as a community, as a university, as a state, and alumni across the country and the world. So I'm here to implore you to do that. I want you to let the foundation and RCAF supports it 1,000%, not only in their words, but in their actions. And I hope that many of you can jump on board. I see Trey's in here and his team. You can go to the website. They have a great way to donate. You can give monthly, you can give annually. There's a way, but please support so we can continue and build upon what we've done and go to even new heights. Thank you. Congratulations, Alyson. Thank
you. Brian, I know since you're also a huge supporter of the university in general through the foundation, I do want to point out, and it's a source of pride for me because I was involved in this in my profession with here at UL, that the person we're about to introduce as our new softball coach was also a 2-time National Academic All-America while she was a Ragin Cajun. At this time, I'd like to ask our university president, Dr. E. Joseph Savoy, to come up and officially welcome all of you and give some comments. Dr. Savoy?
Thank you, Dan. What a red letter day. One of our heroes has come home. Yep. And Allie, you've been one of my heroes for a long time. But back when my daughter was in the 6th grade and she wanted to try out for a basketball team, I started asking around. Maybe it was Yvette who said, I got this little lady who could help her out. So we'd come to our house and practice on the driveway and teach her how to dribble and how to shoot, bring her to the courts here. And you were a great teacher, patient, kind, steady. You did pretty good. They won 3 championships in a row, you know. Yeah. So we became fans of yours and came to all the basketball games and the softball games. and you were champion there too. As Dan mentioned, not only an All-American, but an academic All-American, and one of the best basketball players that we ever had as well. In the mid-'90s, when I was doing my doctoral work at Columbia, I was assigned the task of writing a paper on Title IX. So I went to Columbia's main library, and they had the John Dewey Reading Room. John Dewey's an educational icon. And it was the quintessential Ivy League setting. You know, it was a 2-story reading room, all oak, all on the walls, oak tables, leather chairs, books stacked all the way up both floors with the little ladders. So I pull out a book and start reading about Title IX. And one of the first cases I came across, a seminal case, was Habetz versus the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. And I said, look at this. So Alyson tried out for and made the Notre Dame High School baseball team. And the Athletic Association had a rule against girls playing on boys' teams, so she and her family sued them. Well, they eventually changed that rule, yeah. And Alyson became an all-conference pitcher and first baseman on Notre Dame High School baseball team. Yeah, proved him wrong again. So we were sold as a fan. You know, I've always been a big fan. Probably a bigger fan, though, was my wife, Gail. The only other team that she would watch was Alabama. And she didn't really watch it because she was interested in Alabama. She wanted to see you on first base, you know. And every time she said the same thing, there's Allie. So, you know, you have been one of the most outstanding examples of what a student athlete can do and accomplish and represent, and you've represented the university terrifically throughout that. We followed you through your professional career, followed you at Alabama, and our fans and certainly me couldn't be more proud and pleased that you're now the head of our storied softball program. So you're back where you need to be. Welcome home, Allie.
Thank you, Dr. Savoy. And the person who will introduce our coach, that honor goes to someone who really needs no introduction. You know, being an athletic director right now isn't easy. Brian mentioned all the challenges that are out there with college athletics. It's getting tougher all the time. And making key hires is part of that. And, you know, many times the popular hire isn't the right hire. Many times the right hire isn't the popular hire. Once in a while, you get those two to converge. No question that's the case today. Please welcome UL's Vice President for Intercollegiate Athletics, Dr. Brian Maggard.
Well, good morning. Good morning. There we go. Happy Wear Red Friday. And what a happy Friday it is. I want to thank everyone for coming out for this extremely special announcement. You know, what an exciting day it is for the University of Louisiana as we begin the next chapter of success for Ragin Cajuns Softball. It's definitely a day for celebration, a homecoming of sorts, as we welcome back a beloved alumna, letter winner, and Hall of Famer. And before I introduce our new head coach, there are a number of people I want to acknowledge and publicly thank for their assistance with this search process. First and foremost, President Savoy. His continued support, trust, leadership, and insight throughout the whole process was certainly helpful and very much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Vice President for Finance and Administration, Jerry-Luc LeBlanc, for his support and willingness to take my calls during obscure times of the day to help ensure we ended up where we did today. Associate Vice President Paul Thomas and the UL Office of Human Resources for their assistance during this transition. My team that helped with this search. Deputy Athletics Director, Dr. Jessica Leger, her softball insight and service on the NC2A Division I Softball Committee these past 2 years provided us invaluable access to coaches and other great softball minds as we vetted and researched candidates. Thank you, Jessica. Deputy Athletics Director Trey Frazier Associate Athletics Director Heather Williams, now Heather Rogers. Coach Heather, who you met yesterday, just got married the weekend before last, and she delayed her honeymoon to make sure this rollout was a success. Just kidding. The honeymoon's coming later. But she would have done that had she had to. That's the kind of person she is. So thank you, Heather. Matt Abear, Associate Director of Athletics Communications and Associate Director of Donor Relations, Penny Cumbo. And speaking of Penny, how about this setup? Thank you, Penny, for coordinating this event. Thank you. We also thank you, Penny, for providing an opportunity for all of us to do a little day drinking after this event. So thank you. And to our good friends at Sodexo, thank you for the food and beverage service that you're about to provide. Carrie Maggard, this particular search ran its course pretty quickly, but her patience, understanding, and support is worth more than words can express. During these search processes, even when I might be present at home, I'm absent, as you can imagine. But I'll be able to make up some ground this weekend as we will celebrate 33 years of marital bliss tomorrow. So happy early anniversary, honey. It's at least been bliss for me. I can't speak for her. But. And finally, Shelly Landry. Where's Shelly? Okay, stand up, young lady. Assistant coach extraordinaire. It's amazing how things come full circle. 7 years ago, as a graduate assistant, Shelly committed to leading our softball program during a time of transition. She left, established her coaching career, came back a year ago, and once again led our program through another transition. She's worked tirelessly, staying in close contact with our current team, recruiting on the road, and assisting with all things associated with naming our next head coach. Will you please join me in giving a round of applause for this absolute rock star, Shelly Landry. And I would be absolutely remiss if I did not express a great deal of gratitude to Jerry Glasgow, his wonderful wife, Vicki, their daughter, the late Jerry Ann Glasgow, and the rest of the Glasgow family. During his 7 years at the helm of our softball program, Coach Glasgow compiled an overall record of 300 wins and 88 losses, won 5 regular season conference championships, 4 Sun Belt tournament championships, and appeared in 6 NC2A regional tournaments and 1 NCAA super regional. As the very first coach that I hired as an AD, and I have the woman to my right to thank for that, I want to wish Jerry and Vicki the very best luck at Texas Tech University. Thank you, Coach Glasgow. Now, to no surprise, the head softball coach position at the University of Louisiana garnered a great deal of attention by numerous quality coaches, and that's a testament to the rich tradition and success of this program, starting with the architect of UL softball, Coach Yvette Girard. And every head coach since then. They all played a role in making sure that this success continued. So I thank all of them. The characteristics we look for in any head coach searchery at UL include a commitment to the academic achievement of our student athletes, an ability to build positive relationships with those students, a proven winner at the highest level, a relentless recruiter, and a commitment and ability to develop players. So, how do we arrive here today? It actually started 7 years ago when I first met Alyson Habetz during a visit to Tuscaloosa. Now, I was going to say it happened 7 years ago when I met with Alyson in a hotel in Tuscaloosa, but I thought that left way too much room for interpretation. So let's just say we met 7 years ago in Tuscaloosa. Now, although that meeting didn't go the way I'd hoped it would at the time, I left knowing that I had met someone special. Needless to say, I made a point to stay in touch with her, really not knowing if our paths would cross again for the reasons similar to that first visit. Now, fast forward to June 2024. Not too long after becoming aware of Coach Glasgow's decision
And after reaching out to our athletes, establishing an interim leader, informing the necessary folks, etc., all things associated with that breaking news, I remember trying to call Alyson. She didn't answer. A day or so later, heck, with my lack of impatience, I'm sure it was the same day, I shot her a text, seeing if she'd be interested in getting together. Now, I didn't say why specifically, because at the time, I honestly had no idea if she would be interested in this vacancy. I text 1 hour and 25 minutes later, but who was counting? Who was counting, Coach? She replied favorably to my text and said she'd love to meet. Now, within 1 minute, I texted her back. 90 minutes later, I have to text again, asking what time might work. 2 hours later, she responded, and we finally established a time to meet and a place. So, it was a 10 a.m. meeting at PJ's Coffee in Scott, Louisiana. After a bit of small talk and catching up, the conversation started to get into the coaching vacancy. We sat in PJ's Coffee for 5 hours. Saw quite a few customers roll through. Fortunately, none of them knew me and her, I don't think. But that's when I learned she was definitely interested. Now, my knees were bouncing under the table, my heart rate elevated, but I was committed to keeping my poker face, right? But after lots of great discussion about the job, our program, her coaching philosophy, the importance of building culture, Mom, I asked if it would be an imposition if I followed her back home to meet Miss Deanna. She said absolutely she would love that. However, she may fuss at me, being Alyson, because she will think her house is a mess. So we walk in the house, and Miss Deanna, a.k.a. Mama, was seated in her recliner, and Monica was there as well. Now, knowing Monica lives across the street, I assumed she had been there with Mom while Alyson was out. But after introducing myself and chatting for a bit, the four of us, the door opens, and in walks Brother Ron, Brother Bart, and Bart's beautiful girlfriend, Patty. And then later, Monica's husband, Tim, rolls in. So now I start wondering, is this just a coincidence that less than 30 minutes ago, Alice and I decided I would come and meet Mom and 3 siblings, and a spouse and a significant other just happened to stop by? I don't think so. Right then, I realized the power and speed of the Habetz family phone tree. That thing works. That thing works. And in a short amount of time, the interviewer that morning became the interviewee. So the conversation started with questions about where I grew up, my family, and keep in mind, so got the siblings kind of across from me on the sofa, and Mom's to my left here, at my peripheral. But the conversation started with questions about where I grew up, my family. I told them about my siblings up in Kansas who were land and cattle owners. They like that. Talked about Carrie, our 3 children, kind of where they live, what they do, pretty basic stuff. Then one of the brothers asked, "Do you like to fish?" And the other asked, "Do you hunt?" So I'm thinking this is where they're going to learn the important stuff about the guy who their baby sister might start working with. The questions then turn to local cuisine. What do you think about the food here? You like boiled shrimp and crawfish? You like crackling? They did tell me where the best chicken crackling in Lafayette is, so I appreciated that. When they asked if I like gumbo, I said yes, but being from the Midwest, I grew up on chili. It got quiet. But in all seriousness, it felt nothing like an interview. The 90 or so minutes I was there flew by. The family is absolutely first class, and they 100% reflect the 2 words that I always use to describe the Cajun culture: genuine and relational. And the matriarch of the Habetz family, that's one special lady. As a matter of fact, because you are so special, Miss Deanna, by the power given to me as the Vice President for Athletics, and of course his blessing, today I pronounce you honorary softball coach for the Ragin Cajuns from this day forward. Now, Scripture tells us the number 7 represents completion. And now, having you as a part of our team, we are complete. Thank you. One has to only look at all the social media responses to our announcement or the quotes we've collected from industry coaches, former colleagues, and former players. It's obvious that everyone Alyson Habetz comes into contact with is better because of it. She develops positive and lasting relationships with her players and those she works with. Her collegiate coaching experience includes 6 SEC regular season titles, 5 SEC tournament titles, 14 Women's College World Series appearances, and 1 national championship, a proven winner. Throughout her career, she has recruited, coached, and developed 61 All-Americans, 110 All-SEC honorees, 111 All-South Region Award winners, and 63 academic All-Americans, an ability to recruit and develop players. But what makes Alyson Habetz so special is Alyson Habetz, the person. She's a woman of amazing integrity and faith, a devoted daughter and sister, a hard worker, and a fierce competitor. To say I'm excited to have her lead our softball program, your softball program, is the understatement of the century. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a true homecoming welcome to the next head softball coach at the University of Louisiana, Alyson Habetz.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, again. 1, 2, 3, again.
Brian, you jump in there, one more. It'll take care of everybody. You got it?
There you go, perfect. Here we go. Looking here. 1, 2, 3, again. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
Gee, see these jerseys? They're not better than mine.
We look four. Really? My mama did the best she could.
Right, exactly right. Whew, wow. I'm truly overwhelmed right now, but my heart is like, it's full of joy. Seeing all of you here, former teammates, coaches, friends, family members, to share this special time with me. I'm overwhelmed with joy. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm incredibly honored and grateful to be named the new head softball coach for Louisiana's Ragin Cajuns. I've been overwhelmed with so many emotions this last week. The overwhelm, the outpouring of support from all over has been truly overwhelming. And I haven't been able to respond to everyone. Obviously, you know my track record on that. The secret's out.
Give her time.
Yeah. But I do appreciate it. It just, I'm elated. I truly am. This moment is so surreal for me because a year ago I retired to take care of my mom. And so I've been doing that for about a year, and you know, I was content doing that I mean, I enjoyed it, making her happy, you know, a complete change of lifestyle. But it filled me because it made her happy, and it was great. So, when Jerry Glasgow leaves, I'm on my way to Baton Rouge to get my hair done because I have to go to a speaking engagement in North Dakota at the University of Mary to talk to their athletic department, okay? So I'm going to Baton Rouge to get my hair done, and my phone starts going off. So I'm looking, oh, he must have announced, you know, okay, it's official. So I'm driving like, yeah, there's all that. So my initial response is, no, I'm taking care of my mom. No, I'm taking care of mom. No, I'm taking care of mom. No, G, I'm taking care of mom. So I'm sitting there with my little hairdresser, and she's like, oh, girl, you bet. Look at Facebook. Look, it's all blowing up. And she's like, you know, looking at all the. I said, Ema, I'm not doing this. I'm taking care of mom. You know, like, okay, girl, I understand, but I'm just saying. I'm like, no, I can't. I retired to take care of mom. So, same response to everybody. I'm on my way home, and I'm driving on the interstate, and I look out the window, you know, I'm like, oh, Jesus. By the way, I usually include you on my big decisions. But I kind of felt this one was just an automatic, you know. I mean, I did this a year ago. It's kind of what I was called to do. I have peace in it. So, I mean, it's a hard no, right? So I'm like, you know, so I put the phone on. I called Monica. I said, hey, Monty, I'm not doing this, right? And she says, well, I mean, you said you weren't doing it. So, I mean, yeah, no, I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything. You know, like you know, just thinking of, you know, just things. I said, you know, what if it's actually a good thing for mom? Because I think of Mama G whenever I played. Mama G she was awesome, always around, part of our program. She was awesome. So I said, what if it's actually a good thing for mom? Because that was my priority, was my mom. What if she can actually come to games? What if she can be a part of the program? What if the girls will know her? And I'm just like going all, you know, just talking about through all this. And Monica says, well, I never thought of that. And I said, me either. Bye. And I hung up. Oh my God. It's like, oh man, this is, you know, so like now things are, I'm like, whoa. So then it starts flooding. So I go to adoration. I'm like, okay, Jesus, what is going on here? Because, I mean, we had a plan here. We'd already talked about this. And look, I mean, it's just like one thing after another. I mean, just nothing but confirmation of, it's not a hard no, because I was looking for the hard no, like confirmation. Didn't get it and got all the stuff, right, of why I'm supposed to be here. So, you know, I have like all my special op priests, you know, all on speed dial. Please pray for me, please pray for me. Because now I'm like, okay, I need, like that wasn't clear enough. I need clarity, right? So I think, is Father Broussard here? He was one of them, yeah. But I mean, I have a few, it takes a village for me, because God knows I need a lot of help. But it was just overwhelming, the clarity that he gave me. And throughout this process, obviously I did a lot of praying, but every day it became very clear that God was part of the journey that led me here. I mean, I get to do something that I'm passionate about, surrounded by family and friends and people who have walked this journey with me throughout my life, right here. I mean, wow. I mean, it's clear that God orchestrated something for me that only he could have done. So I'm so thankful to him for making it clear, and for all my prayer warriors, because it's not just the priests. I mean, I got a town, not just a village. I got a city, because he made it very clear, and I'm so thankful to him for creating this opportunity. I know it's going to be a blessing, but it overwhelms me in every way. I'm extremely blessed to have a lot of family members here. If you're a family member, I'm the youngest of 8, so like to name them all probably wouldn't be really good here. I mean, everybody knows mom, but if you're a family member, cousins, uncles, aunts, all that, please stand. Yeah. I'm finally home. And it's good to be home. My family is my backbone. You know, I loved my experience in Alabama was incredible. But my family was always here, so my heart was always, torn because this is home, because this is where my family is, because you're my backbone. And boy, Dad was the coach, right? Dad would be like, I know he's celebrating in heaven right now, but he is above and beyond happy because I'm going to hear him in my ear to squeeze every time somebody's on third. I mean, let me tell you, he loved the squeeze play. But Mom, thank you for, when I came back from adoration, I was like, so, Mom, what do you think of this? Well, baby, just do what makes you happy. And I said, well, making you happy makes me happy. Well, I said, I have to ask you one question. I said, I know you're comfortable in your recliner. I said, but, when I played, Mama G was there, and it was so special. Like, would you come to games? And she's like, oh, yeah, baby, I'll go to every game you have, as long as I'm feeling good. Like, all right, thank you, Lord. Like, okay. So you were definitely the main piece of this. So thank you for, I know you were comfortable with me at home all to yourself. So it's a sacrifice for you, but I know it's a blessing. But I thank you for supporting me in this, for sure. I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Maggard, Dr. Savoy, Dr. Leger, where are you? Yes. Okay. And Brian Hanks, and Cindy Cobb couldn't be here, right? But I'd like to thank her as well. And for everyone who's involved in choosing me. I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and I appreciate it. I really do. I'm so very humbled and grateful. Dr. Maggard, your persistence, your patience, and your shrewd recruiting strategy is quite impressive. I mean, coming to see Mom, that was well played. I'm telling you. When he asked me that, he was like, can I see your mom? I was like, well, once I make a decision, I was thinking you can meet her, because I hadn't made a decision yet. And he says, well, don't you live like right down the road? Not too far. It's just like, Monica's gonna kill me, because she's gonna have to get everybody ready. She's gonna be, I said, yeah, let's do it. And I'm on my way, and I'm like, that was a smooth move. He is good, man. I'm like, Because as soon as Mom met him, I was like, oh, it's done. It is done. Yep, for sure. And then he adds Carrie to the pot, who has the chili. Okay, she has like all the chili, and Mom wants to make chili now. So he uses his resources well, too. Very impressive. Your undying, your untiring, I guess, commitment to UL it fires me up. I mean, it's contagious, and it fires me up, because the meeting with you, it was 5 hours. I will say it was. But it's all about what we can do, not what we can't. Now it's all about what we're gonna do and what we can do. And you are such a great leader for this athletic program. I mean, yes. You instill optimism in these uncertain times. I mean, we could talk about NIL and all that, and the landscape changing and all that, but he's like, okay, well, then we got this. It's all about what we can do. And that was so uplifting, and it motivated me, and your enthusiasm is contagious. So I appreciate you, because you're critical. I'm not here without you, so I appreciate it very much. Dr. Savoy, just know, I mean, I didn't see you or talk to you, but I know you're here. And when I see you, or I think about you, or I think of UL, I think of you, and it always reminds me of home. It does, because you were at our games. Blair was there, your family. And boy, it's just hug Miss Gail's neck right now. But she's celebrating with Dad. I mean, they're up there like all the Cajun fans are just, they're rallying the troops. But it's so good to be back with you because you're such a great leader. You're so humble and giving, and you're the face of UL. And there's nobody better to be in your position than you, for sure. Without a doubt. Dr. Leger, where are you? Look, I went and talked to your team when you were playing ball. I mean, she was like this, and now she's my boss. I mean, that is so cool, though. Like, I love everything about that. I'm so proud of you. To have you as a female role model in our department, man, like for our athletes, to see you as a wife, a mother, a leader, all the work you do, I'm just so proud of you. And I'm so looking forward to working with you. I mean, big time. So thank you for everything you've done. And maybe we can give another round of applause to the glue of our coaching staff, because she is officially part of the new coaching staff, Ms. Shelley Landry. Thank you for keeping it all together. Amazing. And I just appreciate everything that you've done. Truly amazing. And I'm so looking forward to working with you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gerard. In 1990, I don't even know how many years that was, but 1990, I walked on what I thought was a mini baseball field. And I was like, this is so cute. Look at here. What do we have? I mean, they're like, it's like a miniature baseball, but the balls are bigger. Okay, So I was allowed to do that, however, because my scholarship was in basketball. So Coach Dwayne Searle, where are you, Coach Searle? Where are you? Where is he? Coach Searle. Yes, give him a round of applause. Because I'm just going to say, I asked Coach Searle if I could try out for the softball team. He was my basketball coach. If he says no, we're not here. I'm not even in softball. I never played softball. I mean, do you understand how critical your answer to me was? I mean, it was life-changing. So thank you, Coach, for your generosity and your selflessness. I appreciate that. So, gee, that miniature baseball field. So, they asked me what position do you play. Well, I pitched a baseball, played first base. Okay, get out there. So I get behind the base. Like, no, come in some. Oh, bunt coverage. Okay, so I get even with the base. And she says, no, keep coming. I'm like, this grill right here, I want to keep it the way it is, because y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. But gee, without you, I'm not here. You are the base of everything that I am, the coach that I'm going to be. I'm so proud to try to replicate the tradition that you started. And it makes me proud that you're proud, and I'm so thankful that you're here. But I just thank you for everything you instilled in me, everything about softball. I mean, I only played it for 4 years, so you taught it to me. You and little skinny Patrick Murphy with the foam, with the little foam visor. Yep, sure did. Those were the days, for sure. But thank you. It is such an honor. It is such an honor that we're going to be playing on Lamson Park at Yvette Gerard Field. Or is it? Sorry, Lamson Park at Yvette Gerard Field. Yes, and it has Yvette Gerard like all over the field. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, you can't walk into that stadium and not see Yvette Gerard. And that is the way it should be, because you started this, and you invested everything into this. And wow, I hope and pray that I can make you proud as I continue to move forward. But thank you. I also have to thank Coach Patrick Murphy for giving me the opportunity to really recognize my softball coaching career. Coaching softball was not on my list of things to do. Coaching wasn't. And softball was actually my third favorite sport. So I was playing ball on my way home. I was going to go to law school, good to go. And he calls and say, hey, got the head coaching job at Alabama, starting the SEC, program. Will you come and help me start the program? I'm like, softball, I want to coach, nah. But it was Murph, and he had helped me. Him and Gerard were like so good to me. So I felt like, okay, I'll go help him. I owe him that. I'll go help him for a couple of years, and then I'll go home and go to law school. And 25 years later, I'm still there, for sure. I'm so grateful to have such a tremendous experience, but to learn from such a great leader. He taught me so much, and it was such an honor to be a part of his program and to learn and to grow under his mentorship. So I'm extremely thankful for Murph and everything he allowed me to do and everything that he taught me. Yeah. In addition to that, I would like to thank Athletic Director Greg Byrne and the entire Alabama Athletic Department. Their love and support over 25 years was tremendous. So many people gave me love and support because they knew this was home. They knew that. But they always made it feel home for me, and they helped me to grow in tremendous ways, and they provided me with experiences that I will treasure for a lifetime. So I'm eternally grateful for everyone at the University of Alabama and what they've done for me, for sure. To all the former players at Alabama, you have no doubt prepared me for this moment. Thank you for giving me permission to coach you and the gift of your trust. It was a privilege to be a part of your journey. Thank you for filling me daily and for making me a better coach. I was blessed to coach some amazing young ladies. Mark Hemphill, is Bailey here? No. Bailey Hemphill was one of those. But truly great kids, great athletes, and great people. To our current student athletes, is Kennedy the only one here? Anybody else here? Raise your hand if you're, no? Okay. You're representing? Some of them may be watching, maybe live streaming. You are my why, period, okay? You are the reason I coach. The passion I have to build relationships, to help young people grow, and to instill life lessons that you'll be able to take for the rest of your life, that's my passion. And I'm so looking forward to implementing that and to creating and continuing a culture that allows you to thrive not only as an athlete, but as a person. But you can do both. Because let me tell you this, I want to win. I mean, make no mistake about that. I'm competitive. I want to win, and I want to win the Natty. That's the expectation every year. So fans, just know, going in, that's my expectation, okay? Without a doubt. But I'm excited to establish a culture that's centered around selflessness, respect, and having an attitude of gratitude. In addition to that, we're going to be competitive to create an environment where you can compete like warriors and grow your talents in it with a mindset that's free of failure. Because I think when you play free, that's when your talents are gonna just blossom. And I can't wait to do that, to allow you to play free of any fear of anything, and to see where we end up with that. But I'm mostly looking forward to getting to know you and establishing relationships and to grow a culture where you can thrive and be supported in every single way. I can't wait to get started. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all those who are listening or watching, too. Last but not least, to the Ragin' Cajun fans. That's right. You were critical in making my college experience tremendous. You were. Somebody asked me yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, wow, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, about going to the College World Series for the first time, because I was on that team in 1993, and like, what's your biggest memory? Oh, without a doubt. Said, it's our first game, it's nighttime, the lights are on, it's like, whew, surreal, like we're at the World Series, oh my gosh. We walk in, okay, it's down the right field line, and we're in the outfield. We walk in with our equipment, not quite as cool as y'all's. Right? And the other team is kind of leaving, you know. We walk in, the last person comes on the field, remember this, and when I tell you, the Cajun fans went ballistic. I mean, Hall of Fame Stadium was just rocking. And I looked up, and it's like a sea of red. I mean, they're everywhere. I was like, oh, you see this? Oh, my gosh. Like, I remember to this day, it's by far the memory that I have of our first College World Series was you. I mean, I remember getting chills in my pinky toe, because I might have told Tiffany or somebody, Scal, like, pinky toe. I was like, oh, my gosh, this is so stinking cool, you know? It's your passion, your dedication. That's what makes Louisiana Ragin Cajuns, that's what makes it special and unique. Because of you. Because you matter. And the energy and the passion that you bring to games, it makes our student athletes feel appreciated. And if they're going to lift weights and go to study hall and the grind and all that, it is so nice to come to a field where people support you and appreciate you. And you guys do that in a real way. So thank you for that. And let me tell you, we're going to work tirelessly to match your energy, okay, and your efforts. I promise you, we will, because we're going to have some passion and some energy too. And hopefully, we're going to give you a lot to cheer about. I can't wait to get started. Again, thank you all for being here. God bless you. And
At this time, we'll open it up for questions from our local. Let's reserve the questions for our local media that are here. We ask your media, please raise your hand. We'll get this microphone to you. If you would, please give your name and your affiliation, since we are streaming live. And after we finish our question and answer session, Coach Habetz and Dr. Maggard will be available for one-on-one interviews. And Allie, I think you better get back to the podium. Yeah, we're going to ask you a few questions.
it's all right. We're learning as we go. All right, here we go. Oh.
Allie, you did some, Kevin Foote, Acadiana Advocate, you did.
Sorry I didn't respond to you, Kevin.
Yes. Okay.
I never responded.
I didn't feel nearly as bad after hearing what Dr.
Right? I was scared to respond to you, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, because we got stuff going on, and I wouldn't, it was a lot.
I'm one of the old guys who remember you when you were playing basketball for Coach.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you didn't plan on doing this, but as you're announcing games this year, did you ever, could you kind of visualize it during that process? How unique was that experience now that you look back on that, watching the team play as an announcer?
Do you want my honest answer? I was thinking, holy crap, Alabama might get UL for regionals. And I'm scared. Because UL is good. That was my initial thought. Because I'm watching, I'm like, so after the game, I went up to Jerry's like, and y'all are good. You know, like, shoot, y'all are good. I mean, you had the total package. So, yeah, Kevin, I mean, just Glasgow leaving, any of it never crossed my mind. But I love being up there with Dan McDonald and talking, and I wasn't very good at it, I will say that, because it was a lot, but I enjoyed it. No, I just love talking about the athletes and watching them perform from a different, I guess, view. But no, I never crossed my mind. It really didn't.
I know that you mentioned the NIL, and Brian mentioned that too. How was that any part of your reservation, or was it all about your mom, or is that something we're overrating? I mean, how do you just address that issue?
Well, that's a great question because in the beginning stages, like when people were texting me, I would say no, my mom, but then I would follow up with the landscape of college athletics is changing. It was all the negative stuff though. I was feeding into the negative because that's where my head was, because I was so disappointed at how it was all gone and what's going to happen in mid-majors. I was asking all these questions, Power Fives are pro now, and so yeah, I was considering that initially, but once I got with Jesus, there was no more considering that. I just flew out the window. I didn't, because it was about, okay, it's dark. Can we be a light in that? Like, what can we do for these young athletes in the midst of this changing landscape? We could still have a group of young ladies who want to wear the jersey, right? And the fact that y'all stayed amidst all this, because y'all could have all gone on the portal. And that says a lot about young athletes, female athletes, who want to wear the jersey because of what's on the front of the jersey, not what's on the back. With that said, the reality is it is changing, and there's going to be more and more of that. And at times, it's an opportunity to, be financially. I mean, some places they're making a lot of money, so it's just the way it is. And we sink or swim. We can't avoid it. We can't change it. We just have to figure out a way to at least be in a place where we can compete. We're not going to be as powerful. The Power Five, we're not going to beat them on every level, but I think on some levels we can. For some athletes, I think that's doable. Not on every one, but there are going to be some that we can beat them on. But competitively, we're going to still compete, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Coach, the back right here, over here. Yeah, how you doing? Jamarcus Fitzpatrick with KETC. Now that this moment has happened for you where you're being introduced, your family is here in front of you, the entire Ragin Cajun community is here, what does this moment feel like for you?
Why you ask me these questions? You have me crying. And you put that on TV, like the drama. Like you want me. It's very rare that I have moments where I just want to take my heart out and just lay it out there and say, here, can y'all just look at this? Because I can't put it into words. It's just it feels like home. It feels like, it's surreal. But it definitely feels like where I'm supposed to be and with the people I'm supposed to be with and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that feels really good.
Allie. Right here. Glenn Whippedo.
Hey.
Yeah, you didn't return my text either.
Oh, I didn't even see yours.
Okay.
So there's some I didn't even read.
Hey,
I didn't think you were going to be
like
here.
Kevin, I remember you from Bronco Pony, all those days with your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Just a question about the girls in the portal. Mm-hmm. How soon before you reach out to them, and what do you tell them?
Well, again, it's the reality, right? So I have reached out to all of them. And, they're going through a process. I don't think it's going to take too long. I'm trying to give them something to come back to and encourage them to do that. And we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, if they choose not, then we're going to, again, find athletes who want to wear the jersey, and they'll fight, and they'll stay together, and they'll be gritty for sure. But obviously we need talent, and the resources are going to help that, hopefully, to get some of those kids to come back, and that'll be very helpful for sure, because they're good people. They're not bad because they got on the portal. They're not, a lot of them, they're making decisions out of fear because everything's new. And, well, she's doing it. Well, look at this. They get caught up in that, and it's scary. And then you have parents, depending on their situation, it can be really scary. So everybody has their own story. And I don't fault anybody, but there are certain there are ones that I still think belong here, because of the culture piece and of what they're about. I just think they're getting swayed in ways that, you know, I guess they have to make that decision. Personally, I think they would be in a better environment and thrive in what we're going to have. So, but they have to make that decision.
Hey, Coach. Jonathan Bullock, KLFY News 10. So yesterday during Coach Glasgow's press conference at Texas Tech, he went on to say that he had conversations with Dr. Maggard about there being one candidate that he would resign or retire for, and that was you. So what do words like that coming from the former head coach mean to you after the legacy that he's left here for you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't include that in my speech, but Jerry, I knew him when he coached travel ball. I love him like a brother. I love his wife, Vicky. I love his family. I wish him the best of luck. I really do. And that's why when Dr. Maggard came to me, when I was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, again, the whole Jesus making it clear thing, he made it clear that time too, but it was the other way. And it happened, like he made it clear right before my meeting with him. So I walked in, I'm just like, oh man, you know. But the whole time, as I'm contemplating, because here's the thing. I was at Alabama and I was happy there, but I felt like, I always feel like this is home. So there was a part of me that, like, I got to help them, right? I got to go back, I got to help them because they're my people. In fact, maybe I should share this story. You know, when I was talking to Dr. Maggard on the phone, I was outside Our Lady of, St. Francis, sorry, in Tuscaloosa outside the church, okay? And I was sitting there with a friend of mine, and then the priest comes, and he just kind of sits down, starts eating his carrots, and you're on speakerphone. I'm looking at him like, what are you doing here? You know, and he's just like, I'm surprised you didn't hear that in the background. So I'm thinking like, what is this priest doing here? You know, okay, you know, so I'm talking, and so keep talking to him, and he's going to come and visit and all that. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not sure at that time, and so I get off the phone, and I look at the priest. I was like, and he says, home? And I said, mm-hmm. And then I just threw up all over him. I'm like, there's this, and those kids are so like broke. It's just a lot, and it's just been, you know, and I'm so proud of this guy to come in and like, he's a great leader, and I just feel like, and because he could tell how passionate I was to help. Like I wanted, because you're my people, right? And he looks at me, he says, Allie, they have a savior, and it's not you. My friend says, mic drop. So the cards weren't working your way that time, okay? So anyway, but that's what I'm saying. I wanted to help. I mean, maybe it wasn't my time, but I've always had that feeling of like these are my people. It's where I'm from. I was part of this. So in thinking of that, I'm thinking of, okay, then if not me, then who? And Jerry's the first one. I mean, he's, Jerry, he hunts, he fishes, he's got dogs that he trains. I mean, he's a country boy. I mean, perfect fit, blue collar, can develop talent, you know, can win, and just, he checked every box. So when he comes, I was like, hey, it's not me, but if you keep going down the road, he had just taken a job at Auburn. So I was like, keep going a little further, and you can go get him there, you know. So I appreciate what Jerry did here because he kept the winning tradition alive, and he did it with passion, and he's a good person, and he has a good family. He's been through a lot, and I wish him all the best, and I thank him for everything he's done for me.
Hey, Coach. Elijah with KATC.
Hey, Elijah.
First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a lot of spark. You have a lot of
Really?
spark.
Well, thank you.
But you retired, and then you decided, like you just said, you wanted to help Jerry a little bit. Did you ever feel like you walked away from the game fully when you retired and walked away?
I did. I didn't think I would. Like when I told Murph, because this kind of, I mean, again, God works weird in my, like he just like, I got to do what? I mean, I didn't plan on retirement either. It happened like a couple weeks before we go back to school, and now I have to tell Murph. So that was, and I thought it'd be very heavy, and it was, as I was telling him, but I was in Iowa, and he was with his 93 now, your old mother, Jeannie, turned 93 the other day. And in that setting, he was like, I understand. I get it, you know? Like, I need to take care of Mom. And when I left there, it was an overwhelming sense of peace. So I knew it's what I needed to do. And I thought this year it'd be like hard, like watching. It was, I mean, because the connection with the athletes, I missed that, you know? But as far as the game and kind of feel like I need to do something else, or I didn't feel that way necessarily. But now I do. I mean, I'm saying, I mean, now I feel like there's a fire there. It's like, okay, let's do this, you know? So this feels good too. There's peace in it. Like, okay, you can do that, but you can do this too. So it's the best of both worlds.
Again, Coach Habetz and Dr. Magger will be available for one-on-one interviews for any of the media folks here. Everyone else in attendance, we invite you to enjoy the reception, food and drink available. It is Friday afternoon now, so as they say, let's say le bon temps roulé. Thanks for coming. We'll see you at Lamson Park this spring.